Easy and delicious blueberry lemon cobbler topped with buttermilk lemon drop biscuits, sponsored by Reynolds Wrap. Hi everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. I am excited to share with you guys today my take on this classic dessert. I absolutely love making cobblers. They're so quick and easy to put together, and this blueberry lemon version is something else. Like the moment you take a spoonful, you know you're in love and it's going to be a family favorite for years. We'll get things started with the incredible blueberry filling. I love to add lots of lemon zest, some lemon juice, a little bit of vanilla extract, and then place that filling into a casserole pan lined with Reynolds Wrap heavy duty foil. We'll top the blueberries off with those buttermilk drop biscuits loaded with lots of lemon zest. Once this cobbler is baked and cooled, I like to serve it with a little bit of whipped cream or some vanilla ice cream on the side. And using Reynolds Wrap makes prepping, cooking, and cleanup so much easier, so I have more time to enjoy this incredible dessert. For the full list of ingredients and the printable instructions, don't forget to head on down into that video description box and over to my website. Meanwhile, let's get started on this easy recipe. For the filling, I've measured out 6 cups of blueberries. We'll place those into a large mixing bowl. Sprinkle in half a cup of white granulated sugar. Add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And both the flour and the cornstarch are going to help thicken the blueberry juices as the cobbler cooks. Time to add some lemon flavor. I'm going to add the zest of 2 large lemons, and then once I've zested these, I'm going to add the juice of just 1 lemon into the mix. Squeeze in that lemon juice. And then grab a spatula and toss everything together. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and then grab a medium-sized casserole. I'm using a 13 by 9-inch pan today. We're going to line the inside of it with Reynolds Wrap heavy-duty foil. This is a really strong and durable foil. It's perfect for cooking heavier foods since you don't have to worry about it ripping or tearing. And I especially love it for this cobbler recipe because at the end of the day, I don't have to scrub all the burnt blueberry juices off the rim of the casserole. And if you've made a cobbler, you know what I mean. It just saves so much time. I like to shape the foil on the outside of the pan first, and then it drops really easily into the casserole. Transfer that blueberry filling into the casserole. And then spread it evenly to the edges. Now let's make our buttermilk biscuits next. I'll place 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour into my food processor, along with 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. And next we'll need half a cup of unsalted butter. I've cubed mine into small little pieces and I placed it into the freezer for about 15 minutes. You want this butter to be really nice and cold. We'll add it to our dry ingredients. And I wanted to mention that if you don't have a food processor at home, you could also use a pastry blender to cut the butter into the dry ingredients, or you can use 2 large forks. Essentially what we're looking for is a really crumbly mixture of small bits of butter combined with the flour. Pulse this all together. Transfer this mixture into a large mixing bowl, and then add the zest of 1 large lemon. And then toss the lemon zest with the flour to ensure that it gets well coated and evenly distributed. Make a little well in the center and pour in 1 cup of buttermilk. And add a splash of vanilla extract. Mix together the dry ingredients with the buttermilk until you have this thick and fluffy biscuit mixture. If you want your biscuits to be a little bit thicker, you can add a couple extra tablespoons of flour. You can use either a scoop or a large spoon. Drop dollops of the biscuit batter on top of the blueberries. And if you'd like, you could sprinkle some sugar over the top of the biscuits. My blueberry lemon cobbler is ready for the oven. It's going to bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes, after which I'm going to lay a sheet of Reynolds Wrap heavy duty foil over the top of the biscuits to prevent them from getting too dark, and then back into the oven for another 15 minutes or so until the biscuits are baked through and that blueberry filling on the bottom starts to really thicken up nicely. Let's make a really quick whipped cream while the cobbler is baking. I've measured out 1 cup of heavy cream. You want to make sure it's nicely chilled. Pour in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You could add anywhere from 1/4 to 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. And then grab your mixer and whisk for about 3 to 4 minutes until stiff peaks form. And I always recommend starting out on a slow speed so that cream doesn't splatter you. Once you take your blueberry cobbler out of the oven, you want to let it chill for at least 30 minutes at room temperature to allow those blueberries to set up a little bit. And of course, they're going to be piping hot when you first take it out. And then grab a spoon, lift up one of those biscuits. Check that out. I want you guys to see the other side of this. Look at that incredible filling. That's it for my blueberry lemon cobbler recipe. This turned out amazing. I can't wait to dig in and enjoy. The aroma of this baking in the oven is simply mouth-watering. It's one of those desserts like once you start eating, you cannot stop. It's so incredibly delicious. A huge thank you to Reynolds Wrap for sponsoring this video recipe. For more details and for the printable instructions, don't forget to head on down into that video description box and over to my website. I always have everything online there for you. All right, let's have a little bite of this. Love to have lots of whipped cream. You can also enjoy this with a little bit of vanilla ice cream. You want to grab a little bit of the biscuit, some of the cream, and of course, lots and lots of blueberries. This is beyond amazing. It's one of those comfort food desserts that you can eat any time of the year. It's just soulfully delicious. Those blueberries combined with a little bit of the lemon, just a touch of the vanilla, and the biscuits are just so fluffy and tender and buttery. You have a little bit of that whipped cream. I can't think of a better dessert, seriously. I'm going to have to invite some neighbors over to help me eat this cobbler. Otherwise, I will finish it off all by myself in the next couple of days. The flavors are simply irresistible. Thank you so much for watching my latest episode. I hope you guys enjoy this incredible, easy, and delicious dessert at home, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.